Hey guys, so it's me, and today I'm here to show you another gross review of a menstrual product. This one will probably be grosser than the Thinks Panty one because I will be actually showing you a cup of my period blood. So I do want to forewarn you, like I did the last time, that there are some pretty graphic parts of this video. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to blur out things or not, but I will definitely show you. I feel like it's part of the process, and part of what I wondered was like, what does it look like? How much blood actually is in there? Does it actually catch the blood? So that's what I'm going to show you in this video, just like I did with the Thinks Panties. I'm basically going to answer all of the questions that I had about a menstrual cup for you guys. So if you're like me and you're curious about these types of things, but you're too embarrassed to ask your friend or sister-in-law or your doctor or somebody to show you their own cup, you can see mine. Yeah, so I'm trying out the Diva Cup, and I will just leave it at that. If you are uncomfortable with blood, or if you're uncomfortable with talking about periods, which I don't think you should be because periods are a normal form of life, stop watching here because, like I said, you're gonna see blood, you're gonna see ickiness and all of that. I will leave a link underneath this video to where you can click to kind of skip to where I start talking about how I feel about the cup, and you know, after all the gross, gory details. But again, yeah, just stop watching if you're not interested in seeing grossness and blood, because that is what I'm gonna show you, and basically it's all gonna be about my period for the month of August. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video and that it's helpful. Like I said, I'm just trying to answer all the questions that I had about menstrual cups because I don't think that there's videos out there like this, and you guys know me, I like to just kind of put it all out there. So if this is helpful for you, let me know. And yeah, keep watching if you want to see all the details of my period and my first experience with a menstrual cup. So we're walking into Target right now. What are we in Target for right now, John?
I don't know. What are you doing in Target?
What are we in Target for, John?
Buying video games.
No, we're not. You can't even say it. You're so embarrassed. You can't even say it.
A blood catcher.
What are we here for, John?
Your period blood catcher.
Okay. So we are here, though, to get a Diva Cup. I Googled to see where I could find one, and you guys have all been asking adamantly for a menstrual cup review. So that is what I'm here to do.
It's camera 2.
Camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. The only problem is I forgot my actual vlogging camera at home. So
No.
this is gonna have to do for this real life experience of purchasing my first menstrual cup. Why am I so embarrassed to say that out loud? For God's sakes, it's just like a thing. I started my period today, guys, so that's why I was like, this is perfect timing. Women's shaving? Yeah. Which are probably near diapers, right? Yep, there's the diapers, and here are the pads. Oh, it's under baby care. I'm pretty sure if you're on your period, you're not, yeah. Ah, there they are. Holy crap, these are expensive. Why is it so expensive, yo?
What are we gonna get, pink or blue?
Well, so Model 1, I was doing some research online. Model 1 is for women under 30 years old who have never delivered vaginally or by C-section. I will be 30 next month.
I'm gonna go look at video games or something.
Jonathan, come back here. All right. So Model 1 is definitely not for me. I hate that I'm number 2. Like, I'm not embarrassed that, like, you know, I've had kids and stuff, but I just feel like they're trying to say something about my size of my down there area, you know? I did push 3 children out of there. So this is what I'm getting. $39.99. Holy cow, that is expensive. Hopefully this thing works, man. Can we return these? Like, what's the return policy on these? Real men carry their wives' menstrual cups. What are you doing? Put it down. It is, what time is it? It's 10:47. Today's Friday, so yes, we are the next day. Usually I'm really heavy by the second day of my period. For some reason, yesterday I was spotting like the entire day, so I just kind of wore my Thinks Panties. And today I've been spotting as well until just recently it started to pick up my flow. I've been crazy busy today, so I think that's why everything's picking up. So I didn't use the Diva Cup yesterday since I was just spotting, and I didn't use it today because I'm just now picking up. But I'm about to go to bed, and I'd like to see how well this does at night, and I figured I might as well start right now. I'm gonna try the Diva Cup with my Thinks underwear, my heavy ones. and see how it does tonight. Again, I got the size 2 for the big girl in me. It's really not for people, because it says by cesarean too. Like, you should get the model 2 if you've had delivered vaginally or cesarean. So I think it's just a matter of your, like, maybe cervix like dilating, or maybe that changes after you've had a kid. So I am almost 30. And yeah, I've had 3 kids, so number 2 it is. It says it's leak-free, easy to use, reusable, wear up to 12 hours at a time. So let's open this up. Ooh, it comes with like a little fancy bag and a user guide. Oh, how fancy. You know what scares me is that this thing looks a little bit too much like a doggy chew toy. So hopefully Nuna doesn't get a hold of this. I don't know why she would, but she's a clever little dog, and who knows. So a lot of you guys are saying that this cup is a lot firmer than you would like. I've heard a lot of people actually say that. My sister-in-law actually uses this, and so she said she clipped the bottom of it, this thing. I don't know. I watched a lot of reviews on this thing, and not everybody was so like, that's why I'm gonna be really in depth in this review, is because I feel like a lot of people left a lot of things out. So I'm gonna try to like, yeah. Okay, so let's go into the directions. Holy moly. Alright, so it says, A, how to insert Diva Cup. Do not use the Diva Cup before you read and understand these instructions. If it is not inserted, it is not inserted like tampons, other menstrual cups, or diaphragms. Retain for future reference. I'm getting scared. Prior to insertion, thoroughly wash your hands and the Diva Cup with warm water using Diva Wash or mild oil and fragrance-free soap. I think I still have soap for my tattoo. Hold on. Hold the cup with stem pointing down. Fold option number 1. Press the sides of cup together and then fold it in half again. Fold number 2. Place a finger on top of rim of cup and press it down. So I've actually seen both of these, and I guess the one that most people prefer is the one where you put your finger in and fold it down. Like you're holding it like, that ain't right. This is firm. You guys were not kidding. Like this, like I've heard a lot of people, is that right? Am I doing that right? I don't, oh wait, like this. So I was just doing it backwards. Like I've heard a lot of people like this insertion technique. So there's this one like this, or there's, how is that fold any different than the one that I just did? Oh, maybe like this? Is that the one? Is that what it looks like? I don't know. These directions, like, I don't understand. That, I don't, that like, does that look like figure, like the one in the middle? Yeah? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know, I feel like that's very, there should be a video that comes along with these. So I'm assuming this is the second one, and I've heard the most people like this fold, so I'm going to try this one. So, okay. So hold with one hand, hold the folded sides firmly together with your thumb on one side and your 4 fingers on the other, just below the tip of the cup. So, like so. That's going to be like going in me. Like here's the view of my vagina. Here my vagina, it's going like that. Take a comfortable position. What is a comfortable position when you're trying to put a menstrual cup in front of possibly thousands of people, huh? All right, comfortable position. Oh God. My mom's going to be so proud. Actually, my mom probably will be proud. My dad, on the other hand, take a comfortable position. Standing, sitting on the toilet, or squatting. Relax your vaginal muscles. How the hell do you do that? I don't even know how to relax, period, let alone my vaginal muscles. My fingers are getting tired from holding this. Okay. Separate your labia with the opposite free hand. Insert the Diva Cup into the vagina, aiming it horizontally towards your tailbone. Like this? My tailbone? Oh my God. Locate at the base of your spine and away from your cervix. Where's my cervix? I've had 3 kids, guys, and I don't know where things are. Okay, the Diva Cup will open before it is completely inserted. However, continue to insert towards the tailbone until the stem is even with the vaginal opening, does not protrude. Do not push the tip of the stem further than half an inch into the vagina. Insert Diva Cup too high may cause leaks and may also make removal more difficult. Great. That's the thing that I'm scared about the most, is the whole removal or possibly not being able to remove it part. Let's try this. Oh, I'm so confused. Oh, I'm so confused. This is utterly terrifying. How do people get this in? Oh, there goes my dog. Oh, what? Oh, is it in? Is it in? How do I know if it's in? How do I know if it's in? Like, I know it's in. I can feel it's in. How do I know it's, like, working? I feel like I need a queef. I know that's, like, really a lot of TMI, but I feel that's weird. I feel pressure, like I feel like it doesn't want to stay up there. I feel like it's like, get this out of me, I'm rejecting you. Huh. Alright, so here's the deal. I think I got it in. Like, I think I got it in. I can feel it though. Like, are you supposed to feel it? I feel like you're not supposed to feel it. Is there like a warning? I love this. No, remain calm if you cannot reach a stem and are unable to remove it. There is no urgency as you're able to wear it up to 12 hours at a time. There's no urgency? Gravity will naturally bring it down as the cup fills up. Oh my god, do not use any foreign object to assist with removal. Alright, so right now I'm putting on my Thinks panties. Just for some backup, you know, some reassurance. And I feel like I can kind of feel it, like it feels full down there. Like I can feel like there's, like it if I can describe it, it feels like a full tampon that's kind of sliding down. It's like, help, I want out, I'm coming out, you know, like when your tampon at the end of it's like when you should take it out. That's kind of what I feel like that fullness. But I mean, I stuck my finger way up there, which TMI, I should not even say that in these videos. I stuck my finger way up there and kind of like felt around, and it definitely is like inflated, if that makes sense. Like it's not like it doesn't feel like it's like divoted in anywhere, dented in. So that makes me feel like it is open fully, and it's like up there. Like I gave it a little bit of a tug and it didn't budge. So it's way up there. But what I'm wondering is like, will I get used to this feeling? Yeah, I guess it's not too bad. It'll be interesting though while I'm sleeping to see how this cup fills up and if I leak. Of course, I'm not really bleeding that heavy right now, so who knows what it'll look like in the morning. I'll make sure to tell you guys though. And I definitely think I'm cutting my nails. You guys know I've had long nails for a long time now. I actually was just about to repaint them, but after sticking that cup up there and having to deal, yeah, long nails, I don't know how people do it. These babies are gonna be cut short, I think, for the time I'm on my period if I'm using a Diva Cup, because yeah. Alright guys, it's not even like 20 minutes later and I'm just like uncomfortable. Like I'm not getting used to this like feeling of fullness down there. And so I googled it, and on the Diva website, or Diva Cup website, it says that I shouldn't feel it at all. So it said that it could be in the wrong position. So I cut my nails, which I'm really sad about because they were so like, they were the perfect long length, you know, but my nails grow fast. But I feel like that kind of made it harder for me to get in the right position. So I'm gonna pull this out and see if I can reposition it, and pulling it out is gonna be interesting because it's just a pinch. Well, that's not so bad. Oh, that feels weird. Oh, that's gross. It was working, I'll say that. Oh, gross. Okay, so I will flat out say that it was definitely working. Oh, I have like 4 minutes on my SD card right now. It was definitely working, so that's kind of good. Like there was blood in it. I'm not going to show you what the blood looked like though, because I feel like that's kind of going over what I did last time. Like it was gross. I'm sorry, I'm not going to show you it, but it's rinsed off now. But it was definitely like coated on the inside. Like there's nothing on the outside, it was inside. So it was working. That makes me feel better. Now I just need to find a way of getting it in without it being uncomfortable. So I'm gonna try this again. I'll try this again. Got the fold, and I'm gonna go this time further back. Okay. Relax the vagina muscles. Relax. 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 And horizontal. Horizontal towards the tailbone. Horizontal. Finding out a lot about myself right now, guys. Horizontal. That feels a little bit better. Alright, that feels a little bit better. So, it feels a little bit better. We'll try that. Alright guys, I'm back again, and it's just, I don't know, it's been another 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or I think it's maybe even been 20. I'm like all irate right now because I just want to go to bed, and I can't. This thing is just like, I can feel it. I can feel it, and I'm gonna get it out again. So to get it out, I should just say this. You're supposed to like pinch the bottom of the cup and then pull, which it seems to be pretty easy to get out. It's always a weird sensation though. Oh my god. Totally just dropped my Diva Cup. It's definitely still working, so I feel pretty reassured that it's working, but I'm definitely not happy with how much I can feel of it. And it says I'm doing it right, because like I was reading it and it said something like, oh, like the bottom of the stem is supposed to be flush with the outside of your vagina. Like all of that's right. There's suction, it's working because I can like see the blood is staying inside, not over, but it's just so uncomfortable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim down the stem. A lot of people I heard and my sister-in-law say that they trim the stem off. So I'm gonna trim the stem off and see if it makes any difference, because you know Target ain't taking this back. So I'm just gonna cut it. I'm like scared. I don't wanna like, I don't wanna, oh I see. Oh, I could even go shorter if I wanted. So I'm just gonna cut right above the top rib. Okay, so I cut the stem off, so now it looks like that. And we're gonna see if that works any better. I'm actually gonna fold it in half this time. I don't know, this does not seem any different than what I just did before, but I'm gonna try the first fold this time and see if I can get it in better. Like it's just not, I don't know, I can just feel it. I'm gonna pee real quick first actually. Man, am I happy that this thing was not like super full when I dropped it. Ooh, so be careful, don't drop it, ladies. Can you imagine if you did that in like a bathroom stall and like all of your blood went everywhere? Like how horrible, right? So I'm gonna try to shove this in and get it to adjust the way that I need to adjust, because I can't, I'm never gonna be able to fall asleep if I can feel this thing. So, all right. Try to relax. I'm gonna squat deeper down this time, so hold on. So horizontal. Horizontal to my tailbone. And open. Yep, and opened. Alright. Ooh, oh, I feel a cramp back there. Alright, so I'm gonna try that and see if it works. I think a lot of it is mind over matter. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just like being too sensitive about this. But I just feel like I know it's not gonna fall out, but I just feel like fullness down there. And I just thought you weren't supposed to feel them. Alright, I'm gonna try to fall asleep. Guys, so it is, what time is it? It's 8:50 in the morning. Whoops, 8:50 in the morning. Just woke up. John's still in bed. I gotta say that I don't really feel the cup anymore. I went to bed kind of still being able to feel the cup, like just a little. Sorry, I had my night guard in. Just a little bit. So I got used to it though. Like after I checked in last time with you guys, I for some reason got a burst of energy and went downstairs and painted my nails. And as I was sitting there, I couldn't really feel it. I think it's because I was distracted. So yeah. So and I'm also wondering if that other hold or fold that I did maybe helped as well. But I can kind of feel it right now, a little bit, but it's not like too bad, but I can still feel it. But again, I wonder if it's just my body needing to get used to it. So I'm gonna be brave and kind of a little bit stupid and try to take this out right now instead of doing it in the shower like I planned on doing and told you guys I would do, just because, I don't know. I'm gonna see. So to remove, it says thoroughly wash your hands as recommended in a comfortable position, either standing or sitting or squatting in your buttocks on your heels. Bear down in a gentle series of downward positions as your abdominal. I did not do that. I might have to do it today though, depending on how high it is up there. Only pull the stem horizontal until you can firmly pinch the base of the cup. Squeeze the cup gently to release the seal. As you remove it, angle it sideways while moving from side to side. Once removed, blah, 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 hold. Okay, so I basically just stuck my fingers up there. I didn't even bother with the stem because I cut that off yesterday. And then I squeezed gently at the bottom until I kind of like heard or felt it kind of detach a little bit, like unsuction. And then I just gently pulled it out. This time I'm gonna try not to drop it. But yeah, so, okay. Excuse me. Well, it's still up there. Oh, it has gone up a little bit. All right, squeezing. Squeezing, pulling, pulling. Oh my god, guys. So weird. Okay, so I want to show you guys so bad. Hey, John. How gross would it be if I showed people my Diva Cup full?
No, you just film it and cut it out.
Okay, John made a good point. I'm going to film this and then see. Okay, I'm gonna clean up the outside of it a little. Okay, so John said to film it and then decide from there. So I want to preface this with, this is my, I'm still like, I'm not very heavy. Well, I don't think I am, I don't know. I wasn't yesterday, but this is what it looks like. Like, I'm just gonna, maybe I'll blur this out a little bit. This is what it looks like. Isn't that like crazy? Like, I'm a little bit grossed out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel a little bit nauseous right now, so I don't know how you guys are feeling, but that is just nuts. Like, I've never actually seen my blood, like, but it totally just like caught it all. Like, that's there. Like, that's so weird to see that, like, I've actually bled that much. So crazy. And then my Thinx underwear, like, I don't have any, there's nothing on the bottom of my Thinx underwear. So that means that this caught all of my blood from last night. So I'm gonna wash this, and now I'm going to take a shower, and then I'll put it back in. I'm gonna try to put this back in. I just got done in the shower, and I forgot to mention that last night I was doing a whole lot of research on kind of like what I could do if I was still feeling it in me, like down by my opening, even after cutting the stem. And what a lot of people suggested doing was turning it inside out. Instead of having this rigid part out with the stem, you just flip it inside out, so like it's kind of flat right here. So I'm gonna try that right now to see if it feels any better, only because I'm gonna be on my feet all day today, so I really don't want to feel this. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to put it in. So again, I think I'm gonna try the C-fold again this time though, which is like, you just do this. I think that's the C-fold. See? I think, I'm gonna, you know, put it in. Ooh, that was really easy. That like went in easier, flipped inside out. And it's up there. I'm a little bit worried that maybe it's a little too far up there now. Ooh, fart. It's so weird. Like the pressure, if you ever had a baby, you know this pressure of like when something's buried down and then like you unexplainably fart a little bit. Like, I don't know, never mind. Ignore that I said that. Weird, like there's like bubbles coming out of me. Hold on. So I'm definitely getting used to putting it up there. Like, it's not as hard to get up there. And I think that flippy uppy, like flipping it inside out, made it a lot easier to get up there. And I don't feel it at all. Like, I don't feel it. I feel a little bit of fullness and cramping in the back of like my, like towards my butt area. But I think that'll go away. So we're out and about, and I'm gonna say that I can kind of feel the cup every single time I sit down. Not in a super uncomfortable way, but I just am very aware that it's there. And I can kind of feel some pressure on my backbone, or like my tailbone area. But I'm walking around right now. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall out, and it feels quite comfortable. It is 10:36, and I am so far doing so good. every once in a while when I walk or bend over, it's weird. I can like feel like a little suction, like kind of feeling. So I'm wondering if I don't have the cup actually adhered 100%, like if it's not suctioned on 100% all the way around the rim, since I am feeling that when I move. Very freeing that I'm not wearing a tampon and I'm not wearing a pad and I'm not carrying either one of those things on me, because both, like, I can just rinse out my cup and use it. But I'm gonna try to make it 12 hours in this and see if it works. So again, it's 10:36 right now, so 10 more hours to go. So right after I got done with that last vlogging clip, it's like literally it's 10:53 right now, I started getting this like sharp stabbing pain on my cervix. So I don't think that's normal. So I'm gonna pull out the Diva Cup real quick and then reposition it and see. Yeah, I'm gonna reposition it. Very happy that I stopped and readjusted because it was bad. So I wasn't leaking out anywhere by any means. Like, I'm not heavy enough, I don't think, for anything to come, you know, like leak out. But again, I'm wearing my pink Sundays, so it wouldn't have mattered. But what ended up happening was, it was like not like all that, like I mentioned, like I was like feeling that kind of like suctiony like feeling, and almost like I could hear it in my head. You know what I mean? Like I know I couldn't hear it and nobody else could hear it around me, like outside of my body, but because I could feel it and I knew what that sounds like, I could hear it, if that makes sense. So so first off, it was really far up there. Like I had to bear down and kind of push, like I pretend like I was giving birth. Anyway, so I had to bear down and try to like work it down a little bit, and then John's face is just like, no. And then finally I got a hold of it, and sure enough, it had collapsed on itself. So not only was it far up there, but it collapsed on itself, so it was like, it wasn't working well. So I pulled it out, and it was like kind of a bloody mess, like in regards to, it was all on the outside of the cup, and it got on my fingers and stuff like that. So I think that the people who talk about it being like a bloody mess when they pull it out, or like a murder scene, I think it's because the seal was not right, and so it was bleeding on the outside. Because this morning when I pulled it out, it was perfectly fine. I didn't have any issue. There was not like stuff going everywhere, because the seal was right and all the blood was inside the cup instead of outside and around it. This time around, it definitely was a lot messier. It got on my hand and on the inside of my thigh, but not like, since I wasn't super heavy, it wasn't too bad. But I can see why people would say that it was like a really big mess if they didn't have the seal properly. So I turned it back right side in, because I think that might have been where I went wrong. I think maybe I'm like right in the middle. Like I need something that's a little bit shorter than the Diva Cup, but not just short, like not the shortness of it inside out. So I am wearing it the right way now, not right way, but the right side out. And then I also did, instead of the C fold, I did the fold that I did last night, which was just like the fold in half, whichever that one is. And I just slid it right in there. So far, I really don't feel it. So I think that's good. So I think maybe I inserted, or maybe I'm used to it more because I slept in it all last night. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just really happy I checked on it, because it was like, I think because it was collapsed on itself, it was like squeezing my cervix. Anyways, that was some fun talk. Alright guys, so this is my checkup. It is 2:05. I don't know if you can see that. We went out to lunch, then we went to Costco and ran a few other errands. So I've been pretty much like on my feet doing stuff this whole entire time. The cup has actually been pretty comfortable. There were periods of time where I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I had one on and I couldn't feel it. But then the second I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, I can feel it a little bit. So that's going really, really well. I actually just went number 2. When I am on my period, I don't know if it's my endometriosis or my period or what, but I do have IBS like symptoms during that time. Yeah, so I went number 2, and I was interested in seeing if I could go pee or number 2, like just basically go to the bathroom without it like needing to take it out in between. Because that's the only thing, is I would want to keep it in and not have to deal with it at like public restrooms. But if you go pee like or you go number 2 and you're like straining those muscles, like I was wondering if it like pushed the cup down or anything. It didn't. The cup didn't come out. It did feel a little bit odd. Like I felt like my body was subconsciously trying not to use certain muscles so that I didn't like push that down. But I was able to go number 2 perfectly fine. When I wiped, there wasn't any blood anywhere, but there was a little bit of spotting in my Thinx underwear. But I don't know if that's from before, from when I was telling you guys how it was uncomfortable and I had to readjust it, and was like, you know, I didn't know if that was from then or it was recent. So I did, you know, stick my finger up there and like kind of readjust it and make sure like the seal was still good and it was open, and it was, and everything's fine. So I'm just gonna let it be. But again, I didn't need to take it out. I didn't empty it at all. I'm gonna see how long I can go without having to do that. But yeah, it went perfectly fine, and I kind of pushed it a little bit back up just to make sure everything was in place after I went to the bathroom though. And of course I washed my hands. So yeah, so far so good. I love this combination of the Diva Cup and the Thinx underwear. Yeah, I feel really comfortable. So we'll see. We're gonna go to the park and ride some bikes and go for a walk. I'm gonna take the dog for a walk. So I'll be on my feet. Maybe I'll do a little bit of jogging and see how I feel if it moves around. Because that's another thing, is I hate running in a pad. So if I could use the Diva Cup and my Thinx underwear, that would be a huge game changer. So yeah. Update, it's 4:09 p.m. We just got done with a nice walk. How long do you think we were out for? Like an hour?
I think we walked about 2.5 miles.
2.5 miles, so probably about like a little bit of an hour. I jogged a little bit of the way with Wyatt just to see how the cup felt or if it budged or anything like that. As the day's gone on, I really actually feel quite comfortable in it. Like, I don't feel any more uncomfortable than I would with a big tampon in or just bleeding in general. Like, I just feel like being on your period makes you feel uncomfortable regardless. So I mean, I don't mind this cup. I really like it. So far so good. I was kind of worried because a lot of people were like, oh, I don't like the Diva Cup. Even my sister-in-law's like, I don't really like the Diva Cup, but I still use it. So I do still want to try other ones, so please leave below some suggestions. I've had people suggest the Scoon, the Lunette. There was another one. Like, tag people or their companies or something on my pictures, or let me know so I can find their websites easier, because I would love to do reviews of more cups just to find the perfect one, because I don't think one cup fits everybody. So yeah, but so far so good. Nothing's going on down there. I'll check when I get home to see, you know, if I'm leaking any or whatnot, but it's 4:10 and I feel great, and I was able to be active and run and walk and be around. I'm having major cramps, but they have nothing to do with the cup. It's just me on my period cramping. It's 7:52 right now. I just got done going number 2 again. I'm telling you, like, does anybody, like, it seems to be like on my heaviest day, well, it's usually like my 2nd or 3rd day of my period, I always just have terrible irritable bowels, like, terrible. Like, after I eat anything, I just have, ugh. Anyways, so I'm happy to say, though, that I didn't feel like it got easier to go this time without, like, trying not to push the cup out, if that makes sense. Basically, it was just more comfortable. So I would say that after like almost a full day, I am actually pretty comfortable in the cup now. I do still notice and feel it though. It's just like I said, I'm finding it easier to ignore it. Yeah, so nothing seems to be really leaking. If there is a leak, it's a very slow leak. And again, my Thinx panties are just doing an awesome job at stopping that. So I think if you were to wear a Diva Cup, at least for me, I would never wear it if I wasn't wearing at least a panty liner or my Thinx underwear. I don't think I am going to be ever brave enough to just wear it with just underwear or a cloth pad. You guys have been asking if I'll try cloth pads, which I'm open to trying or reviewing. So point me in the right direction, ladies. I do like the Diva Cup. I mean, nothing's really coming out. I mean, like, it's proven to be way more effective than a tampon, because usually by now I would have changed my tampon out at least 3 or 4 times, which, let's face it, sometimes when they're not completely full and they're still dry, it hurts like a bitch to pull out. It just like scrapes on your insides, and then you're wondering like what the heck you're leaving behind as it's scraping, you know, like what cotton or fibers are like now in you permanently. So I do like that. I really like that. But yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I haven't pulled it out or readjusted it 9 hours almost, and I haven't done anything, like I haven't pulled it out or changed it or dumped it or anything. I'm still okay. So it'll be interesting to see how much blood is in there. As gross as that sounds, I'm really fascinated by like being able to see actually how much I bleed every day. I'm really liking the menstrual cups, and like I really am liking it. It's not as gross as I thought it would be. I think that my problem was that I would talk to people who use them, and people, they would be like, oh, it's easy, oh, it's this and that. And for me, I've just always been that person that, like, needs to see stuff to believe it. And it's not like I'm going to tell my girlfriend or my sister-in-law, like, hey, can you, like, pull it out and show me it right now? You know what I mean? Like, I want to see you prove to me that this works. You know, you don't, like, who does that? So that's why I'm making this video, is so that people can see that in the privacy of their home and not, like, feel embarrassed or tell anybody or whatever. I mean, I guess I'm the only one embarrassing myself right now. But yeah, I don't know. Periods should not be, like, a secret thing. Like, menstruating in general, like, I mean, so many of us do it, you know what I mean? Like, so many of us do it, and it's like the cycle of life is literally based on us bleeding every month. So why is it such, like, a taboo thing to, like, talk about or see, you know? Like, I was asking John, you know, earlier, you guys heard, like, should I show my blood? You know, because it's just blood. Like, if it was coming out of my arm, you know, that wouldn't be offensive, but because it came out of my vagina, for some reason, it's, like, a huge thing, and I hate that. It's, like, I don't know. I wish that people would have normalized periods a lot long, like, when I was a teenager and when I was a kid, and I talked about this in my Things Panty review. Like, I was just so ashamed of my period when I was younger, and I just don't want my daughters to feel that way. And I feel like that's why I'm being so open with all of this stuff, is because I want there to be resources out there for young girls or older women or whoever's struggling with dealing with their periods to be able to, like, watch and see and feel normal and okay about, like, products and, like, how they're tested and used, and, like, talking about bleeding and seeing other women bleed. Like, I think that's why I'm doing all of this, is because I just think that, like, it should just be normal. Like, it happens to, like, at least half the people who live on this world, and it's just like, we should just get over it already. Like, my husband doesn't care, my girlfriends that I'm close to don't care, my mom's a gynecologist, for God's sakes. Like, I don't know, it shouldn't be so taboo anymore. Like, it shouldn't be, you know? So anyway, so that's why I think I'm doing all of this, and if I'm grossing anyone out, I apologize, but you clicked the video, so it's kind of your fault. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to stay awake for another 2 hours so that I can show you guys the end of my 12 hours, but I am so exhausted right now. Alright guys, so I didn't quite make it 12 hours because I'm really tired and I'm, like, watching a movie with my husband and falling asleep. So it is, can't even read this. Oh my gosh, it's only 9:40. I'm such an old woman. So it's 9:40, and so it's 9:40. And the last time that I pulled or replaced what was in here was at 11. I'm gonna pull it out and see how much blood is in there. I've been learning that when I pull it out, especially because I'm kind of clotty right now, TMI, it's good to have, like, tissue on hand, like in one hand, so that way you kind of catch anything that's, like, if that makes sense. I don't want to get too graphic with you, but, you know, in case there's stuff that's, like, anyway, so it's good to have tissue in hand, and to even kind of just, like, put down there, or wipe your hand or wipe your thigh or something if blood gets somewhere. So I have caught on. That is something that I would say as a tip, is just to have some tissue, like, on hand right away. All right, so right now I'm really comfortable. Like, I don't feel anything. Like, I feel fine right now. So I'm just gonna take it out, rinse it out, dump it and all of that, just so that way if I fall asleep and stuff, I can just go to bed and not worry about it. That is really cool that I can do that. And of course, I want to show you guys, or not show you guys, but, you know, do an update after having it in for so long. So there is a little bit more spotting of blood in my underwear. It's, like, not that much though. Like, it's very little, and it's not constant because it's drying in between, if that makes sense. Like, there's, like, a dry spot, and then there's little tiny pinhead of, like, a wet spot. So that's red. So that's good. It's not really leaking super much. I mean, it's not leak proof, but maybe I don't have my seal right. All right, so I'm debating kind of showing you this. I feel like it's kind of important. So I'm gonna cover up part of the grossness. So that is all my blood right there. That is how much I've bled in the last 10 hours. There's, like, stuff around the rim, like clottiness. I don't know. But that's crazy. Like, it totally works. All right, here it is clean. That is, like, crazy nuts, like, insano. Like, it was, like, up to here full of blood. Like, that's That's crazy. I also find it a little bit odd that that's all, like I would have had to switch my tampon 3 times. Like a super tampon couldn't handle that much liquid. That's kind of odd to me. But that's crazy. Like it works. It totally works. I mean, I had like I said, a little, here. I don't know, since I'm showing everything, like it doesn't even look like hardly anything. And like I said, it was like one wet dot surrounded by like dried up blood, if that makes sense. So, you know, obviously it wasn't super heavy and it's like, it's tiny. So this plus thinks for the entire day, I was fine and I didn't have to switch it out. I am going to put this thing back in, grab a new pair of underwear and then get back in bed, go to bed, and I'm totally a believer. That is crazy. It is also crazy too because I feel like I was just like dying, bleeding today. Like I felt like bleeding. Apparently I didn't really bleed that much. I mean, it was a lot, but it wasn't, I guess. It's weird to see like the actual amount that you're bleeding, like it right in front of you. You know what I mean? Because you feel it and you see it in a pad and it just looks like somebody stabbed you to death, but really it's like less than a cup of blood. Another nice thing I will say is that like this whole day, like I didn't feel, like you know when you just have a like a pad on and you're sitting there and all of a sudden you feel a whoosh, whoosh of like liquid coming out? I didn't once feel that today and that was really exciting. That was like, that discomfort wasn't there. Alright guys, it's Sunday morning, it's 8:18 a.m. I just woke up. I'm about to get in the shower. Oh, let's check out the cup and see how it did. So I slept really, really comfortably in it. And this is how much blood we have today. I'm covering the top because I don't think you guys want to see the top. There wasn't any blood on the outside of the cup. And my Thinx underwear are completely clean. So no leaking last night. All in all, it went really well. It was comfortable when I woke up. I didn't feel it while I was sleeping. Usually I have leaking over when I use a tampon all night, so I am thoroughly impressed. So it's 12:22 and I'm happy to say that this is probably the most comfortable I've been in wearing this cup. This is the most comfortable I've been, like if I had to pick a day, today is the most comfortable. And I think it's just because I've gotten used to it, or maybe I'm in place, like I'm putting it in better. I really definitely prefer the fold in half method, or the first fold that's on their pamphlet. The C fold, just, I couldn't get my suction right. So I think that's the one that I like the best, but I couldn't feel it. I actually couldn't feel it at all this morning. Like even when I thought about it, like right now I'm thinking about it, I can't feel it. I went to the bathroom once while at church this morning and it was fine. I didn't need to readjust it. I didn't feel like it moved at all. So I'm very, very happy with this cup. There was no leaking. I'm really like excited. Like the fact that I really have not thought about my period or having to change out my pad or change out my tampon. Like the Thinx and the Diva Cup together, just amazing. Like I'm very, 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 very happy, and I'm really excited that I finally gave the cup like a go. So 12:24, perfectly fine. I'm not gonna pull it out for, you know, until I guess the end of the day. Like I don't feel a need to pull it out right now, so awesome. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to finish this review up right now. I know I've only been using the Diva Cup for 3 days, but I feel like I used it that first day when I was spotting and it worked really well, and then I used it yesterday when I was really heavy for 10 hours and it worked really well, and I'm really heavy right now and I don't even feel it. I don't even feel like I'm on my period right now. Like yesterday, I felt the cup like I said, and I definitely had cramps and stuff, but that was like period stuff. So I could tell I was on my period yesterday, but right now, like, I don't really feel like I'm on my period. Like I don't have a pad on because I have my Thinx underwear on, and I don't have tampons, and I'm not really thinking about having to switch out tampons. Like I don't have that weird wet string feeling, you know what I mean? Like when your tampon string gets wet after you go to the bathroom, or you know, after you, whatever. Anyways, none of that's going on right now. I just have this comfortable cup that's like in there. I don't feel it. So like I'm not even really thinking about my period other than making this review. So I think I'm gonna end this video because I have really no complaints over the Diva Cup. I think now that I'm used to the feeling of it, I don't even think that like my complaint yesterday about needing something shorter is even like a complaint anymore. I think I just need to like find the right fit and like right way of putting it in, and like just kind of get used to it. I really, really like it. I haven't leaked anything. I was really comfortable last night while I was sleeping. Like the fact that I didn't have to think about that then either. I didn't leak at all into my Thinx panties last night, so that was nice. And then I haven't leaked at all today, and it's now almost 1 o'clock. It's 12:45. I've had it in since before I left for church. I really like the cup. I have no complaints whatsoever about it. I like that it's extra firm. I know a lot of people are saying it's too firm, but for me, I like that just because it popped open so fast. Like it was like foolproof really for me to get it in there. I don't, like I said, the only thing I didn't like was when I flipped it inside out because I thought that I needed that, but really I just needed to get used to it being there. I like it. I have no complaints. You know what? No, my only complaint would be that I think it's really expensive. It's $40. Like, I don't know why that shocked me so much. Like, I get that it's like, you know, something that's saving me money. Like if I think about the long run of how much money it's gonna save me on tampons, you know, I get why maybe that way, but I just think $40 is a lot of money for like a little plastic cup. Maybe that's just my like thinking, but I don't, like it's like one piece. I'm looking at John right now. It's like one piece of silicone. Surgical silicone. I mean, I don't know, maybe the material is expensive, but I think the price tag is just what kind of took me aback. Is like, it was like, oh my gosh, $40. Like that's a lot of money. So I have no complaints. I really like it. Again though, I'm open to trying more different types of cups or pads or things like that. Apparently John was like, this is what you're good at. Just reviewing menstrual things and showing my grossness to the world. So if you have any suggestions, leave them below. And yeah, I really like the cup. I'm a little bit angry at myself that I was so like hesitant and against trying one. Like my mom's been pushing me to try a cup for the last like decade. My sister-in-law has been talking how much she loves using a cup over tampons for years, and I've just never converted, and I'm really glad I did. I just wish I would have done it sooner. I think my fear was, my fear was just not knowing, you know, like not knowing what to expect and just kind of, I don't know. It was just really the unknown. That's what I feared. I think that's most people's biggest fears is just not knowing about something. So I'm glad I tried it out, and I hope this video was very helpful for you guys. If it was, as always, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you guys are gonna try your cup, or again, if you have a suggestion of my next kind of test it type thing. You've got 28 to 30 days to give me the suggestions. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I hope you guys didn't mind all the grossness, and I hope you can appreciate that it took a lot for me to show you guys that cup of blood, because it's just, I don't know, I'm scared, because it's a little bit different than the Thinx panties, because the Thinx panties is just like a dot or a little puddle in black underwear. This is like a cup of my blood. So, so yeah, I'm gonna let you go because my kids are starting to get crazy, and I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye.